Jason Whitlock suggested. Now, Jason Whitlock, former football player, or football commentator, right?
Yeah, he had a big run in sports commentary.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so he is a conservative, I am told, commentator, and he told people in Arizona, because he was speaking at Turning Point USA, which, by the way, TPUSA, someone's got to get a note to Charlie Kirk, probably could have found a better acronym there, right? TPUSA isn't exactly a very good acronym for your media company.
Do you remember the first Trump-Pence logo?
No, TP 2024.
The T and the P, right? It was so bad they changed it after like a week.
So he came out and he was talking at Turning Point USA, and he said something which is in political theory we call this regressive politics. So we'll do a little bit of that, and I'll explain that as soon as we hear from Mr. Whitlock. Here's what that sounded like.
I will defend life before suffrage because a vote used to represent the family. When we were a culture that really valued family and really understood the natural order that God intended, man serving God, woman following man who serves God, man and woman developing and nurturing children, you only needed one vote per household because that vote was about the entire family, as they have destroyed our family structure and made this all an individual pursuit. Now everybody has to have a vote, and everybody has an agenda.
That's some real regressive politics. So, Mr. O'Neill, let us do a little bit of political theory. Regressive politics, what is it? What does it mean? Have you heard of the paper ceiling? It's a barrier that prevents workers from progressing in their field without a bachelor's degree or a master's degree. I experienced it myself, and I went back to university to break through the paper ceiling and get the salary and the position that I feel I deserved. WGU's College of Business designs its bachelor's and master's degree to keep up with the speed of business through ongoing industry collaboration to ensure the skills you gain are the skills employers value most. Go to wgu.edu to start advancing your career today. What does it mean to be a regressive when we talk about, we know what a progressive is, right?
Sure, forward-thinking, forward-moving.
Lesbian, dyed hair, works at Starbucks.
And can vote.
And
yeah, yeah.
Right. We all know what a progressive is, right?
Sure.
Drinking soy milk. I'm a feminist. Boo, lifting weights is toxic masculinity. That's what a progressive is. But regressive politics is this idea that things were once really great in the United States, and we need to go back to that point in time in history in order to find that equilibrium again.
Make America great.
Make America
again?
Great again. That's not so much regressive politics. Regressive politics is when people say, remember in the 1950s how like there were black communities and white communities?
Sure.
Everybody was so much happier.
There were black fountains and white fountains to drink from.
That's what we call regressive politics.
Sure is.
When
I wonder if Mr. Whitlock would like to be 3/5 of a human again.
Right.
I'm just saying.
This is the thing that's disturbing about a black man who goes up on a stage and he starts talking about regressive politics. People who talk about another example of regressive politics, just as an example, is what we see in Texas currently with the ban on abortion.
Yeah.
There's this idea now, and this is a very regressive idea, that politicians should have more of an input, or the legal system should have more of an input into your life than your consent or a physician. That is something that most people would push back against, and they did with the Biden OSHA mandate. They said, hey, man, that's not cool. You can't mandate everybody to get vaccinated. That's ridiculous, right?
That's true. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden people decided, hey, regressive politics, that's actually really great. Remember, like, before no-fault divorce? That was so great. Remember, like, when women couldn't vote? That was so great. You remember when, like, certain people couldn't have certain jobs or go to certain country clubs because of the color of their skin? That's what we call regressive politics. That's what Jason Whitlock is engaging in. This is a man who speaks to millions of people every week. This, quite frankly, is embarrassing, and I feel bad for that man, that he doesn't have the depth of knowledge to understand that his argument, and pardon me saying this, is no different than the argument that Bull Connor made back in 1945, 1955, 1965.
About the lesser intelligence of a certain race not being trusted with a vote?
Exactly.
Yes,
it's really, really gross, and it's really, really sad that
What breaks my heart, though, is if you play back, we don't play it again, it was hard enough to hear it once, the women cheering this on.
Woo, no voting. I don't want to go vote.
Smooth brain.
I mean, you can hear that's the loudest cheer of approval is from a female in that audience.
I'd rather have my husband go vote.
One house, one vote. Now let's go backstage to the lovely spread the ladies have put together for us after today's speech. There's potato salad, a fine spiral ham.
I just can't believe.
Deviled eggs.
I cannot believe that in 2023, a black man would get up on stage and say, 1 vote for every household. Women don't need to vote because I value life more than I value suffrage. What? What, guy? Like, you know, people died for women's ability to vote. This is insanity. But Jason Whitlock's gonna make a lot of money.
And
he's
Jason Whitlock was alive.
I know it's so
not
sad.
It's not like he has to crack open a history book. He was alive when people fought and died for his right to be an equal citizen in this country.
Right, and he should quite frankly be embarrassed. I'd be happy to talk to Mr. If he wants to do a little political theory, I'd be happy to chat with Mr. Whitlock. Of course he won't because it would be embarrassing, but that's besides the point.